what I'd like to do first of all is show you how you install and configure WordPress. Now if you've got Fantastico, it will look like this. Some web hosts now have something called Simple Script, but again it's a very simple process. We're looking down here and we go to Fantastico Deluxe and we install it. It's very simple to do. You don't need any particular technical skills or anything else in order to be able to do this. So you can see here we have installation already, and you can see if you want to upgrade to the latest version, you just click that button. But we're going to do a new installation, so we click on WordPress here. Then we click here. It's not entirely obvious, but you can click here on new installation and install a new one. So I'm going to install it in the subdirectory of test. I'll have a normal, just call it admin, a simple password. Then you can set your nickname, admin nickname, so it can be anything you want. This is an email address. Then you put your site name in here. It doesn't matter too much what you put here, as you can change these later on. But those are what you put in. Then you click install WordPress. You click finish installation. And then it's done. That's it. That's all you need to do, and you've installed WordPress. So now if I open this window here, if I open that in a new tab, you can see here it's all installed. So we just type in our ID and password, and that way we can log in to WordPress. Okay, so this is an installed version of WordPress. Over here you've got your control panels, and here you can see what you have on your dashboard. So simple configuration. It's very quick and easy. You start with posts. You trash the original post. You don't need that on there. Get rid of that. Now you go to categories as well. You're going to change the name of this. Just click quick edit and change it to something relevant to your keyword, to your niche. You may want to create additional categories. These aren't necessary, but some people find, particularly if you're targeting multiple keywords, it's worth having more than one category based on each keyword. Now I'd go into links as well. Click there and then delete all of the links that are there. You also want to edit the link categories as well. Again, change it from blog roll to something like resources or something simple. So you just put in resources, and then the same down here as well, resources in lowercase. You may want to create more than one category depending again how many links you're planning on having, but I would always recommend a link to whatever you're promoting, and possibly one or two other ones to authority sites in the niche. Then under pages, edit this and change it to something relevant again to your niche. This is the about you page. You can change the title. You can change all of this as well. So that's all we need to do here. We don't need to do anything under comments, but if we go to appearance now, this is where you install your theme, add new theme here, and you can search for new themes. Install them and so on. So you can upload ones, you can search for ones here, or you can just go to Google and do a search there. You can use the widgets to add widgets onto it. Again, it depends on how you're laying your site at as to what you use here. Plugins we'll look at in a minute. Users we can ignore. Same with tools. We don't need to worry too much about that at the moment. Now, under settings, you got some changes that you need to make here. Again, this is where you change your site name and tagline. You can let anyone register and just save the changes when you've done it. If we next go to writing, under writing again you can change all these. I'd recommend ignoring those. I'd also recommend just deleting out this information here, just to be on the safe side. If you want to put any update services in there, feel free to do so. All that it does is it will ping them when there's a new post. Then we go to reading. Okay, Again, I'd make a few changes here. I would pick it to show a static page on the front page. I want control over what they see. The only page I've created at the moment is about. So I would create just a single page. I'd set this as my home page so that people come there and they see a good amount of information when they get there. Otherwise, they're going to see the latest post and it may not be what you want them to see. Blog pages show at most. I always set that to 1. That way it looks more like a website, less like a blog. Then we save changes. Okay, now under discussion over here, our next settings. Again, most of these you can leave as they are. The only one I'd change is this one. Always check this box, and it just means that you're not going to get any spam comments at all. And then save the changes down the bottom here. If you don't do that, then people can get comments through. What some spammers do is they'll make 1 or 2 reasonable comments, and then when they realise they're allowed to make any comments and they don't need to be approved, they'll start spamming. The next one we need to go to is permalinks. Okay, now on the permalinks side, this is how your website looks in the search engines. This is the default up here, but your domainname.com / category / and then the post ID. That makes no sense at all. It's terrible for SEO. Now what people may want to do is, I recommend that you always change it. Now the easiest way to do this is to do it like that, okay, and do it to the post name. You can put the category in as well. If you're using categories and your category is keyword related, you could put %category % in here as well. I tend to do quite small sites myself, so just the post name is enough, and then you save the changes, and that's all the settings you need to do. It's not complex, it's not difficult, and as you can see, it takes just a couple of minutes to do. It's really simple. Now we want to talk about some of the plugins that you're likely to use. These are the more common ones that you're going to install on pretty much every blog you do. Now back to your site, under plugins you can see it comes installed with 2. You can delete Hello Dolly. You just click delete, it'll come up, yes, delete them all, and then it's gone. That's not a plugin that you really want. It doesn't do anything useful, it's just there. Now here is Akismet. This is one that you do want. You want to activate it and switch it on. It basically stops spam comments. It's very good. All you need to do is click here to enter your WordPress API key, and if you haven't got one, just click here and you can sign up for one. It's absolutely free. I'd recommend that you check that box too. So what we want to do now is add new. So under here we're going to add some of the plugins. So one of the first ones we want to add is all-in-one SEO. That's all you need to add. You search, there it is. We click install. I'll click install again and activate it. Now this is a very useful one. Again, let's go to the admin page. It basically is going to help your website become more SEO friendly by managing the title, description and keywords. So enable it and then put a title, description and keyword for your main page in. The rest of it you can leave as is. You don't need to mess with those. And then update options. Then when you go to posts and add new, if we scroll down, we will see that there's the all-in-one SEO pack is here. So here you can put a title, description and keywords specifically for that page, and that's going to help you significantly with your SEO. So if we go back to add new, you'll want, if we type all-in-one, shut up! So what we're looking for here is we want to type in all-in-one AdSense. This is basically a good plugin for managing your AdSense adverts. All-in-one AdSense and YPNs are what we're looking for. And we just install and install again. And what this will do is this will automatically put AdSense or YPN, Yahoo Publishing Network adverts, into your posts. So it's a fantastic way of monetizing your blog automatically. So under here, AdSense, settings, AdSense, and here we have it. Make sure you put your AdSense ID in here. Just put the numbers only. Select the type of advert you want, text, image, or whatever. The sizes you want. Here you can blend it in with your site. How many ads to show per page. So remember, you can only show a maximum of 3. So if you've got them elsewhere, like in your sidebar, you may want to lose that down. How many you want to place in the post, and where do you want to put it in the post. So there's plenty of options there on that. So this is a very, very useful plugin, and it will automatically add AdSense in wherever you want. So fantastic tool to use. Next one we want is one called, if we type in WP Backup, this is very important. This one here is the one we're after. Install again. And basically what this will do, if we activate this, is it will back up your WordPress database for you. So under Tools, you can see we have a backup option. And what I would recommend is you go to Gmail, you set yourself up a new account, and then you set the schedule backup, and then send it to a Gmail account somewhere. So set them all to go to a Gmail account and back up any of the extra tables here. And what this will do is this will make sure that, you know, if something happens and a web host goes down or something, you haven't lost everything. You've got all of your database, so you can just restore the WordPress, restore the plugins that you've installed, the theme, and then you've got your database back with all your posts, so you haven't lost everything. So that's very, very important. And the final one that I recommend to use is Google XML sitemaps. There's plenty of others that you could use. There's translation and all sorts that you could use if you wanted to, but it depends on what you're aiming for with your Autoblog. One of the translation tools would be very useful if you're aiming for an international market, but Google XML sitemaps is particularly useful because what it does is, you can see here, it creates an XML sitemap and then it will submit it to Google, Bing, Yahoo and Ask. So basically it's going to get your website crawled, and it's going to also notify the major search engines every time you create a post. So you just install, and then we just activate the plugin. Once it's activated, as you can see there, we go to settings and we go to XML sitemap, and basically this is a good plugin to have. You can notify Yahoo if you're going to apply for an application ID. I wouldn't mess with anything else particularly here. One thing you can change is you can change some of these if you want to, but personally I'd pretty much leave all of them as is. So again, I'd leave that as it is. These are obviously well thought out, and you can see there's nothing else that massively needs changing. So you can see that what this will do is it will automatically submit the XML sitemap to these search engines for you. So it's a great way to get the search engines to your site and notify them of updates. So it's very, very useful. You can click here to build it the first time. I would recommend doing this after you made a couple of posts if it hasn't already built one. Some web hosts will have a problem with this, and you just got to manually create the files and upload them and change the permissions. But those are the plugins that you want to use. There's plenty of others that you could use. You know, as I said, there's translation software, there's all tool plugins to make everything look pretty. You can integrate with Twitter, YouTube, etc., etc. But you know, you will find which plugins you want to use and which ones you don't, and it may depend upon the niches, but those are some that are basically standard that you'll need. So what I wanted to show you very quickly is about posts. Now if we go to posts and add new, WordPress does have a feature that allows you to schedule future posts. So it's almost like auto blogging within WordPress. It's a very basic form of it. So it's a very good way of using it. If you're going to use this, then you need to go and download a plugin called CB Ping Optimizer. Let me just write that in there. CB Ping Optimizer. Now this is good because what it does is it helps make the whole ping process a little bit better. So it'll help with what we're going to show you. So under publish immediately, if you click edit, you can see here you can change the date and time. So what you can do is you can load up content for the next sort of 2-3 weeks with this. So you can upload like PLR articles and other things like that, articles you've written, content from other sites, and upload it and just change the date and time on it. It's a manual way of doing it. It is time consuming, but it will work for you. So if I put 15 in there, you can see now it's saying it's scheduled to go at this time. You click schedule instead of publish. So that's a very, very basic form of auto blogging. What we're going to show you next is some more powerful tools that will really, really help you to take the auto blogging to the next level and make some good money from it. What I want to show you now is a plugin called WP Robot. Now WP Robot isn't a free plugin, it's one that you have to pay for. This is their website, wprobot.net. The reason we like this is it's very, very powerful. You can post Amazon, eBay, ClickBank, YouTube, Yahoo Answers, etc., etc., and you can monetize these. Now the first two you can monetize with your affiliate links, and these of course you can insert into AdSense or other adverts into. So very, very useful. But it can also do some rewriting of the posts as well. It could do tagging, custom post intervals, add some comments and cloak links. It's not the cheapest piece of software, I will warn you that right now. It really isn't. However, it is very, very powerful. So again, which one you decide to go for will depend upon your needs. But you can see the full package is $170. I know it's not cheap, but as I said, it's very, very powerful. And if you're serious about making auto blogs, then this is some software that you are going to need. So what we need to do first of all is we go to the options here within WP Robot, and you can see here you've got general options, post everything to published, randomize the time of the first post, randomize post times. You'd want to do that. You'd want to cloak affiliate links. Yes, you want to create tags, so it will pull the tags automatically from the posts. Now here you can have you put your Amazon options, your affiliate ID, the API key. You get these from Amazon. It'll tell you how there. So you can choose as well. If there's no description, you can skip the product. So that's quite useful. Do you want how much of a description? Put the full description on. Do you want a particular Amazon site? Post reviews as comments. Now that's very useful. And here you can sort of put a template in as to how you want the post to look. So very, very powerful. Again, articles, you can choose to pull articles. You can leave the formatting intact, or you can replace it, pick a language, and so on. And again, ClickBank, you can pull things from ClickBank. These are all based on keywords. eBay, again, Yahoo Answers, you can pull things from Yahoo Answers. So that's very good. You can pull videos from YouTube. You can Flickr pictures. You can buy modules to pull Yahoo News and RSS, or you can translate. I don't recommend using any of the translation options, simply because you can get a plugin that will do a much, much better job and integrate nicer with your website. So those are all the options available to you. So you can see you can post quite a lot here. If you go to probabilities, you can set the probability of what you want posting. So you can say, right, well, I'm mainly going to be working on Amazon products, so I want 80% Amazon, I want 5% articles, 5% ClickBank, 5% Yahoo Answers, I don't want any eBay,
and I want 5% that. And what it will do is it will randomize it. So say 80% of the time you'll have Amazon, and then 5% you'll have the others. So it's up to you. This is useful for you because you can, basically what you're doing is you're randomizing your blog. So if your particular site has lots of Amazon products, you may go for that. If there's nothing on ClickBank, you probably won't go for ClickBank at all. But if there's nothing on Amazon, you may take Amazon off. So it's up to you. Just make sure it all adds up to 100, and you'll be fine. So you can pick which one of these you want to, how often you want things to post. So that's very, very good for customizing it and really, making it look good and making it unique. So this is one way of avoiding a footprint, is because what you can do is you can randomize the type of content on there. You may have no YouTube on one, you may have Yahoo Answers on another, or vice versa. You got bulk ad is an option down here. This is basically, you can add a large number of keywords and pick which modules it's come from. You can see here that this is the format here for what you need to do. So you put your keyword, semicolon, the category, semicolon, how many hours or days, and then whether it's hours or days. So you can do that. Alternatively, if we just go to the main options here, we can put in keywords one at a time. So I could put in a keyword could be squirrel. You pick your category, post every 7 hours, what to post, any of those. You can search for particular categories in any of these, and then you add keyword, and then it will start posting to your blog for you automatically. Now this here is very, very useful. It's not the easiest thing to use. You need to go here to find the browse node. It's a little bit difficult. You've got to find the right department. It's not always clear. But the benefit of this particular part is that if I'm set up a site about, let's look at our Amazon categories, for example. If I've set up a site about jewellery, for example, or a subcategory of jewellery, I can create my page automatically, and what it will do is it will pull all the content from that category and put it into my blog. So I could pick my jewellery from here, and I can get the browse node ID from within that. So it maybe say it's engagement rings, and what it will do is it will just go through the whole engagement ring category and slowly but surely post it to my blog. Now this is a really, really good way of pulling content into your blogs, and I'm going to be honest, it's very, very powerful. It's I know it's an expensive tool, but it's one that's extremely effective when it comes to making money with Autoblogs. It's very, very powerful, very effective, and you can see you've got lots of options here of what you can post, and you can monetize, as I said, Amazon with your affiliate link, articles with AdSense, ClickBank. You can monetize it with obviously ClickBank ID, eBay, your eBay affiliate ID, and the rest all with Amazon, with AdSense or YPN or any of the other types of posts. So very, very, very powerful. If you're really, really serious about setting up an Autoblog, then this is a tool that you really, really need. But what I'm going to do in the next video is show you another tool that's a little bit different. It's cheaper, it's not quite as fully featured, but it does some of this, and it's going to help you to create a Autoblog, particularly if you're aiming to create one and monetize it with AdSense. So I want to show you that next, but this is very, very useful and very powerful. It's called WP Robot, and the website's wprobot.net. The next plugin I want to show you is one called Caffeinated Content. It's another good plugin for automating your blog. Basically, this is under settings, caffeinated content, and you can see you put your registration email and key in, which you'll get when you buy it. You can put this in if you want to. I don't tend to have the external links. A Yahoo developer IP ID, you can put that in or not, and then if you want it in debug mode, just all you need to do is fill in those two forms there, and you're sorted, and then click go. Now what this is going to do for you is caffeinated content is very, very clever in where it pulls its information from. So let's go through here to caffeinated content management and I'll show you. Okay, now this is the clever part of it. Under posts you have caffeinated content management. Now what you can do is you can put your list of keywords in here. Having used this sentence here from him is actually right. It does seem better. If you just put one keyword in at a time, it seems to work much, much better. So you can pick your content. You can either upload some text files, you can use articles, some article directories, YouTube's, or Yahoo Answers. I tend to use a combination. I'll use this 3 or 4 times. So I'll do one for Yahoo Answers to start with. So let's say my keyword is, let's just say it's fatigue. You pick a post. So computed means it will create its own categories, or you can specify categories. How many tags do you want generated automatically? I want 5, because remember I'm going to integrate this with Twitter to get comments, so yeah, that's going to be good. How many questions? Any number here. Now how many questions do you want to add? Well, again, that's up to you. You can add as many as you want. So we'll just leave it at 50. You can have the answers included as comments. You can take that off if you're going to integrate it with Twitter, or you might well decide to have it on so that it makes your blog look like there's more comments. Clean bad words. Now there is a bad words text file which you can use, and it'll clean off those words that you don't want. Auto approve your posts, you want that. Auto approve comments. You don't want to be commenting all the posts and everything else. So here's another option. You can get links if you there's a links text file that comes with this that you can edit, and if you put these links in here, what this will do is it will make the comment author's name a link to a site that you want. It's a good way to get links, but it's not very targeted, because obviously the comment author's name isn't the keyword, but you can still get some links from it, so that's something to consider. Now this is where you can put start and end date. So you know, I might put, so let's put this at 150. Let's put this as 100. Okay, a start date would be January the 1st, 2000 and 10. And let's put our finish date as May the 1st, 2010. And what that will do is it will spread these 100 questions over that time, so it will randomize them through there. There's various templates you can use. What the templates do is they will rewrite the content for you. So you can use any of these. You can use random one or just a default one. What you can do with the templates is you can change how your post looks, where everything is posted, and so on. So you know, you can put AdSense ads in with it and things like that. But if you're using the all-in-one AdSense, you don't need to. So the default plugin is often suitable, and same with the comment. Markov does some rewriting of it, so you could use a Markov template, and what that will do is that will rewrite the content to some degree. And that's literally all you do, and then you click go, and off it will go. Now you can see here I've requested 150, and it's going to sit there for some time and sit and work. So there you are, it tells me it's done it now. 100 new posts, 358 new comments. So if I visit my site, we should be able to see some of the answers in here now. Right, okay, so here you can see the categories. I set the page, so you can see very, very different ones. So let's go back. You can see it's created all these categories for me. Now this is here because I set the home page to be the about page. Okay, so here you can see we have all our posts. There they all are. You can see they've got tags, they've got the categories, and so on. So with the click of a button, I've created lots and lots of posts for me. Now using my all-in-one AdSense plugin, where's it gone? This AdSense one, I can add AdSense ads to them. I can use my Contera plugin, and that will add other links in there. Well, I can use one or the other. I can use SEO smart links, and of course, you know, it's going to create me a really, really good site. And then if I use the Twitter commentator, then obviously that is going to create additional comments, and what those comments will do is make it look like it's a real site. So, you know, this is an absolutely fantastic post, and I can repeat this as many times as I want for all the different categories. So I can do this for articles, and it will pull articles. I could do it for YouTube, and it will do that. And you can obviously upload text files to PLR articles and stuff like that. So it's a fantastic tool, and I'll just repeat this for different keywords from, say, Yahoo Answers, and I can also put in different languages if that's what I wanted to do. But you can see how easy and quick this is to work. It takes you 5 minutes, you know, in fact 2 minutes, and there you are. I've got 100 posts. You know, you can set these to whatever you want. You know, you can really mess around with this and get a lot from it. So it's a very, very powerful plugin, and one that I really do think you're going to get a lot from if you decide to invest in it and use it.